Again, my name is Lauren Blaisdell, and we are going to be talking about the usability and reflection of my online poetry unit for third grade. Reflecting on the usability testing process for the online poetry unit, I aim to involve a diverse group of stakeholders, including students, instructional coaches, and fellow educators. However, I encountered challenges in recruiting the right amount of participants due to scheduling constraints and limited availability. To improve this in the future, I will plan testing sessions well in advance, offer flexible timing options, and actively seek a more diverse range of participants to ensure comprehensive feedback. I was able to enlist the help of one third grader, my instructional coach, two teachers, and a peer from class. This allowed me a diverse group, but I would have liked to have more students with diverse needs attempt the unit. This would have provided me with more information on how to reach every learner. However, I do feel like the feedback I received gave me valuable insight on things I could change. The impact of our platform, primarily Google Classroom, on usability testing was significant. Using Google and other digital sharing tools facilitated easy access to course materials and assessment for testers. However, platform limitations also highlighted areas for improvement, such as enhancing navigation features and finding different options for engaging responses. Now, let's delve into the lessons learned from the usability testing feedback. I provided a Google form for each person to fill out to allow me to look back on their ideas and change things as needed. Overall, stakeholders said the unit was easy to navigate and liked that each week was similar, particularly for third grade students. Stakeholders also agreed that they would use this unit in their classroom. So the first question I asked in the Google form was, what was the overall usability of the unit? And one was hard to use, and five was easy to use. As you can see, all of the people that I got to take the Google form said that it was easy to use, um, and that they really liked that the modules were the same, similar setup to every week. These are some questions that I considered as a guide for them if they needed more information. So, how intuitive is the course layout for learners to locate resources, assignments, and important information? Are modules and lessons organized logically, following a clear sequence that builds upon previous knowledge? And is there a consistent format for presenting content and activities, enhancing predictability and ease of use for learners? I think all of those things would definitely make it easier for students to use. All of the apps that we used in each module are things that they have used before, and Google Classroom is the LMS that we use in elementary school for our district. So they are all well versed in those topics. The second question I asked was how likely would they be to use this unit? One was being not likely at all, and five very likely to use the unit if they would need it. And all five agreed that they would be very likely to use it. They liked how engaging all of the activities were. So let's take a look at the comments about the activities. Um, they some said the activities are great. I especially love the Padlet gallery. Some Another person said that it would be useful for students to view a recording of the teacher stating that overview for the unit and possibly the directions for each week. Um, this would actually be done every week. There's a spot for the weekly recordings. We just those are not up there until they are recorded. So we covered that already. And another person said the activities are great. They like how they are interactive and different each unit, and kids will like exploring the different types of websites. And then the third grader said it was fun and entertaining, and they learned that acrostic poems don't have to rhyme. Because Google Classroom is limited in the way you can share your work, I included things like Mentimeter, Padlet, Flip, and Jamboard. All of these are used regularly in the classroom, so they would be easy to use online. They are user friendly and guide them through the process if they forget. Here is an example of the Mentimeter I used to gauge what students already knew about poetry. This is an example of the Jamboard that they use to share an example of rhyme or rhythm after listening to the read aloud. And this is a Padlet that they use to share an acrostic poem after their first week. I like that it allows them to personalize them and also allows for feed forward to other students, which I would encourage to build our community and growth. Here are some comments that were made about the modules and how they were set up. Overall, they were very complimentary. One said that they liked the flow, that it's similar each week, but uses a different Google format for response. They said to put all of their weekly recordings in one spot. When the unit is ready to be implemented, adding due dates to the assignments will help the students stay on track. And another one said, I think that they are great. I like that there are introductions to the lesson, and then there are different ways to learn the content before completing the activity. The directions to each module were easy to follow, and I felt like that was a very important thing to make sure that they were clear and easy to follow for third graders. These are the suggestions that the stakeholders shared with me. A lot of them were already in the works or are planned in a different way, but it was good to see I was heading in the right direction. I decided to change a few things to make it more user friendly and a positive learning experience for all of my students. I'm excited to use this unit in the future and continue to make it better for them. One suggestion was a cute wrap up project for the concrete poem. They showed an example of it, and they actually will be drawing a picture and sharing it in their gallery. Other resources could be added to the stream for extensions and connections. And at the end of each module, I would add an extension activity for early finishers or GT students to complete. To address infrastructure system and support needs, I have implemented technical support resources within the course platform. I would be available in our meetings and conferences to help when needed. I will also create a troubleshooting guide to further help when I am not available. Regular communication with learners and ongoing monitoring of the platform and performance ensure that infrastructure and system issues are promptly identified and resolved to optimize the learning experience. I want them to know that if they need to come talk to me, if they are confused or don't know how to do something, that I am always available for them to be able to um, ask me questions and I will guide them through whatever they need help with. And these are the things that I am going to change in the unit. I will definitely be adding due dates to all assignments. And to encourage more collaboration, I will be adding that each student needs to comment to two peers' poems with feed forward. And also with their discussion posts that they have, I will tell them that they need to reply to others. So it's more of a conversation and not just a comment and done. And then I will add an optional extension activity or early finisher work for students who wish to take their learning a step further on each week. The usability testing process has been instrumental in refining the online poetry unit, enhancing usability, and ultimately improving learners' experiences. By incorporating feedback and making strategic design adjustments, the course now aligns more closely with learning outcomes, offering a more intuitive and engaging learning environment for all participants. I'm very excited to use this unit next year and see it in action. Thank you for listening, and